We live. You dig? Thorn City Podcast guy, your boy Naeem Hall. We back at it. Let's see. Let me check my stream. Record. All right. Let's check my live stream. I know I'm a little late. I know I'm at 8 to 10, but hey. Man, life be lifing. I tell you, life be lifing. And so, just got to do it. And so, I'm going to do it. We here. Another Saturday Night Live. Thorn City HQ. Looking over the city, Thorn City, out there. Let's see, what happened? What the hell? Oh, I see what happened. Testing, mic check, testing, testing. 1 2 1 2. Mic check, mic check. See, I'm solo. This is the I'm operating the podcast host system. It's for solopreneurs, and it's a solo setup. Um, it's a solo setup, and so it is what it is by myself. And so I got to do it all myself. But we will get back to it. We'll get back to having a crew, man. I promise you. But for now, we're going to keep the grind alive. And we're going to do this Thorn City podcast style. I think we are good to go everywhere. Let me see. I'm not going to do the headphones tonight. And hopefully everything come out right. Man. We back at it again. We back at it again. Man, life is crazy. I promise you it's crazy. But hey, I'm loving life. I'm loving the struggle. I'm loving the grind. And I'm going to keep pushing. So it is what it is. Yes, sir. Welcome back to another episode of the Thorn City Spotlight Show. SNL. That's Saturday Night Live. For those that don't know, we live from Thorn City HQ. It's your boy Naeem Hall, the Thorn City Podcast guy. And tonight, let's see. Tonight feels like one of those check in with yourself episodes. So this is where I get thoughts out of my head and work through them in real time and figure out how to turn ideas into infrastructure. So that's part of the Thorn City Spotlight Show, Saturday Night Live edition. I am getting really close to starting back up the regular Thorn City Spotlight Show where I'm interviewing guests. But like I said, life be lifing, and I just ain't been able to hone it in on it. I'm trying to avoid the burnout, and we're going to get into a little bit of that tonight. So yeah, man, let me turn this down. Damn phone going off. I thought I turned it down already. Let's see. So yeah, we're gonna get in a little bit of that tonight. But it's the Thorn City Spotlight Show. It isn't just about conversations. It's a platform for entrepreneurs, creators, and community builders who's building something real and need the infrastructure to match. So, because if you don't know, visibility isn't about fame. It's more about focus. So this is the Thorn City Spotlight Show. Oh, I don't have my other camera set up. Be seen, be heard, be remembered. That's the Thorn City motto. But before we get into it, I need y'all to tap in on the tap in, like my bro Seasoning would say. Make sure y'all check out what I think was Seasoning live Thursday nights. Me and bro chopping it up here at Thorn City HQ. We usually go from 7 to 8, but like I said, life be lifing. We both got busy lives, and so sometimes we don't get started till 7:30 or 8. But I promise you, on Thursdays, we gonna bring you something. So tap in on the tap in. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Like this, comment on it, share it, follow the page, all that good stuff. because that's how the algorithm works and that's how we grow. And so, if this show ever gave you game insight or perspective, that's a small action. That small action goes a long way. So, like I said, make sure y'all check out that What I Think with Seasons on Thursday nights. So let's get into it. Let's see. Let's start here. I'm coming up on my 90 days. My 90-day plan I set 90 days ago. It's getting really close. And so I've been reviewing my 90-day plan, and honestly, I got a lot done. Before I get into that, shout out to my guy, Jamal Lane, his wife, Christina Lane, over there at the CBI Institute Barber School. They got the CBI School of Success program I went through. Shout out to them. It was really dope, man. And it put me on the right path I need to be on. And so that's where the 90-day plan came from. And so, like I said, honestly, I got a lot done. The rebrand, the website rebuild, the ecosystem layout, the Thorn City Spotlight Show, Saturday Night Lives, being consistent on my Saturday Night Lives, getting into my pop-ups, got the marketplace concept, and the visibility system planning. The proof is in the pivot, but here's the other side of that coin. There's still a lot left to finish. I still got interviews to edit. I got agreements to finalize. I know it's holiday season, and so I ain't really been pushing the issue with the people that's tapped in with me, who's ready to build with your boy. But after the holidays and the new year, I'm gonna follow back up and we go finalize these agreements, and finish building these systems out the right way. And so most importantly, it's a big word, delegation. Something I've been struggling with, and it's where I've been stuck at. I know I need to start delegating. Believe you me, I feel it every day. I just ain't been able to pull it off. And if I'm being real with y'all, I've really had a hard time finding the people who can execute at the same standard I hold myself to. And so it's not ego system. That's not the ego talking. That's the reps that I've been putting in over the years, figuring out myself and how I like to run my ship, in my system. I've been the system, the editor, the producer, the strategist, and all of that works until it doesn't. So because I'm doing everything myself, or because doing everything yourself doesn't scale, it just stretches you thin. That's something I've been actively working through. And so delegation. That's next on my big time on my list. Really, really it is. And I'm one hit away, as they would say. One hit away. Which brings me to something else I'm really looking forward to. Shout out to my Cuddy at Mr. 3 the Hard Way. Y'all make sure y'all go follow him on Instagram, because he got something in store for y'all coming up. Something he sent to me earlier this morning and this afternoon, a couple things. Got another mastermind mixer coming up, January 17th. Let me see. Do I got this? We got a mastermind coming up January 17th. That's it right there. Got the boy Alex Green in. Got a couple other speakers. It's the Run Your Lap Mastermind. Tracksuits. Bring your tracksuit. Come in your best tracksuit. I got a couple tracksuits. And I got one specifically that I'm a bust out. So come rocking your favorite run. Come rocking your favorite run. That's funny. Come rocking your favorite run. And the topic is real. It's a real topic. Like I said, something I'm going through every day. I'm fighting. I've been fighting for a while now. It's the burnout, pressure, doubt. Because sometime in business, at some point in business and in life, you get tired. I'm tired of being tired, to be honest with you. But I started this journey. Ain't no quitting me. So I'm going to keep pushing. And we're gonna see what happens, man. Till I can't. Um, but yeah, it's not because you're lazy, but because you've been carrying too much for too long. Man, he's speaking my language. It's carrying too much too long. So the real question becomes, how do you preserve? How do you keep going? How do you run your own lap without quitting halfway through? And like I said, I can't lie. I've been dealing with it for a while now. Just being transparent, keeping it honest. That's what the Thorn City Spotlight show is about: keeping it real and being honest. The highs, the lows, the ups and the downs. We go through it all. I'm still pushing, still building, still showing up as y'all see me right now. Um, but I know I could use more tools and more perspective and more community. So yeah, I'll definitely be in attendance January 17th. Um, and you got to RSVP to get the location. When I was writing my script up tonight, I almost put the location in here because I know the location. But no, you got to RSVP to get the location. And I'll probably bring the setup again and do my little Thorn City pop-up thing. Because last time, that reminded me why this matters. Sharing the platform, spotlighting people in the room, capturing the moments in real time. Um, it was pretty dope. And so it also reminds me I still need to finish editing the interviews from the last event. I'm gonna try and I'm gonna get those out before the 17th event pop off. I'm gonna get those up. I think there's a couple on my Thorn City Spotlight YouTube page, but I got to get the rest of them out, and I got to get them over to Cuddy because I know he's all about content, and he knows what to do with it. And so I got to get that to you, family. Um, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. Um, that task should already be delegated. And one thing became very clear after that last mastermind: the Thorn City pop up. It needs some special attention because it unlocks multiple lanes at once for me. And speaking of pop ups, there's two pop ups I got to get on the calendar. First thing in the new year. The first one, I got to get my big bro, David Ferguson. I got to get him on the show and tell his story. Um, I'm gonna pop up. We're gonna do it at the Sideline Social Lounge. I'm sure he'd be with it. I wanted to bring him up to the office so he can see what I'm working with. Um, but I think I want to do a pop up at the Sideline Social Lounge. So y'all stay tuned for that. And so that's where we'll put the finishing touches on our agreement to install my first Visibility Network digital advertising screen up in the joint. And so once that moment hits, that unlocks a whole new set of plays for me. And the Thorn City ecosystem starts moving a little bit differently once that's live. And like I said, then I got another pop-up that I need to get scheduled right after that in the new year. So then I also always have these bright ideas, genius ideas. I'm telling you, I'm a genius. Um, but I'll be having these bright ideas, and so I got another idea of a monthly pop-up show. Um, I ain't gonna say his name because I ain't ready. I'm still turning those thoughts in my head. But it's one of the bigger brands of the city, one of the hardest hustling brands in the city. It's a few hard hustling brands in the city, but this one in particular, I think it'll be perfect for what he's doing and what I'm doing for us to come together and collaborate on that right there. So like I said, it's still cooking in my mind, and that's part of what these Saturday Night Lives is for, man. I get these thoughts out my mind, and get them into the ecosystem, and I can really put them together. But it's coming. And speaking of the mastermind, another one of my biggest takeaways was I need to finish activating the Thorn City Marketplace. Um, when I went into figuring out I knew I was gonna do the pop up. Cuddy asked me to do it. I said I was gonna do it. I'm like, what's gonna get me the best? What's gonna get me the best out of this event, this pop up. What do I want to accomplish with the pop up? And for me, it was making some connections and getting some people I can list in the Thorn City marketplace to get that part of the ecosystem flowing. And so that's the last major piece of the ecosystem. And I'm gonna start with my family. Shout out to my guy again, Mr. Three the Hard Way. Um, I'm gonna get him set up in the marketplace because he got something special going. He got a lot going on, but he's got something special on. He sent me earlier today, and something else I gotta personally start tapping into. And I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about it. I ain't gonna get too much in depth about it, but it's called the Authority Brand Builder Kit. And to sum it up, it's really a business in a box. And just a few. I ain't gonna, like I said, I ain't gonna tell y'all everything that's in there, but I'm gonna give y'all a few. You can start a business funding company, get yourself funded, and get others funded, and you make money at the same time. Something else you got in there is you can launch a credit repair business. Start repairing your credit. Help others how to repair their credit. Then you can learn ManyChat automation. He gives you a quick little setup on getting your ManyChat automation set up. And then he gives you a few steps on how to hire and manage a VA, and that's a virtual assistant for those that don't know what the VA is. And so, like I said, that's just a part of it. It's high value, real systems, and no fluff. Cuddy don't deal with no fluff. He's all about hard work and dedication, and really putting the work in and holding yourself accountable. And so make sure y'all follow my Cuddy, Mr. Three the Hard Way, on Instagram. If you're serious about taking your business to the next level, make sure you reach out to him, or reach out to me, and I'll connect you with him. Because when it comes to visibility and transformation, Cuddy's really somebody you should study. Period. Because he's been in transformation mode. Why he's been trying to figure out what he want to do. You know what I'm saying? He get a lot of slack from people talking shit about what he should do and what he shouldn't do, but that's your thoughts on what he should and shouldn't do. You can't tell him what he should and shouldn't do. You should need to worry about what you should and shouldn't do. And so Cuddy been putting in the work. He been grinding, and it's paying off. I know what it looks like. I know what success looks like when somebody is doing, what they want to do they way, and it's working. And so, yeah, shout out to my family, man. Appreciate you, brother. So something like that, man. I need y'all to stay tuned to Cuddy. Stay tuned in. Cuddy sparked something for me. I need what I said. I need something like that. And so y'all stay tuned, because he sparked something for me. And so I always see what other people doing, man. It just makes my wheels turn in my head. It's crazy. And then I gotta figure out how can I take, and I'm gonna get into that a little bit later too. How can I might have a conversation with somebody in business in life who's doing something, and it's successful what they're doing and how they're doing it, and I'm like, damn, how can I not steal what they're doing, not copy what they're doing, but really transform that into what I'm doing, and make that something I can do in my way. So Cuddy, you got something going. You got something in my brain going, so I'm working on it. And so, like I said, that brings me to the last thing I want to touch on tonight. And again, this is something I got from a conversation with another successful business owner, somebody who's been doing their thing. And so it's not a pitch. It's just me thinking out loud. From the conversation I had with a special friend of mine, that really stuck with me. And one of those conversations, it's one of those conversations where you weren't even trying to solve anything. But the way some things get explained, it just clicks. Like I said, that thing in the brain, it just clicks sometimes. And so it made me start look at what I'm building differently. Um, Not from a hustle standpoint, not from a do more standpoint, but from a structure standpoint. And so I started thinking about business. I started thinking about businesses that don't grow. Businesses that don't grow because one person is everywhere. They grow because the system is tight and the standards are clear and the people operating aren't guessing. The brand stays centralized, the quality stays consistent, and growth happens through aligned partners. So, not chaos. And man, that idea hadn't left my head since. So, when I look at this is in regards to my Thorn City Visibility Screen Network. So, when I look at the Thorn City Visibility Screen Network, I don't see a free for all. I don't see everyone owning everything. And I don't see myself managing every location forever. What I see is a partner-based expansion model. It's one where the core system stays centralized, the standards stay protected, and partners operate within defined territories using a proven framework. And so, in that kind of model, Thorn City stays responsible for the technology, the screen systems, the branding, the operations, the fulfillment, and eventually the staffing. And so that way, the system doesn't break as it grows. Partners wouldn't be buying equipment or guessing what to do. They'd be buying into the access, the territory access, an established playbook, real sponsorship inventory, and a structure that already works. Um, the value isn't just visibility. The value is clarity, and so this is, like I said, this is one of those part of the system I'm really been kind of moving slow with. I could have jumped into it and hurried up and threw my screen out there and put it up, but it hasn't really quite fully clicked how I wanted it to. And so that's why I've been moving slow with this. And so, because this kind of model only works when the foundation is solid, the roles are clearly defined, and partnerships are built on trust and discipline. And so, like I said, still shaping this part of the system, still pressure testing it, and I'm still tightening the framework on how I really want to roll this thing out, man. But that conversation changed how I think about scaling, and so I already know something like this doesn't get built in isolation. It requires people who understand long-term operations, territory growth, partnership dynamics, and what it really takes to scale without losing control. So people who've built something real from the ground up usually hear exactly what I'm describing. So for now, I'm staying focused on the system, letting the structure speak for itself. Because when the model is right, the right conversations tend to find you. And that's all I got to say about that right now. Like I said, this is the Thorn City Spotlight Show, Saturday Night Live. Man, this is where sometimes I work through these crazy, brilliant, genius ideas I be having in my head, and it'd be the start of trying to figure out how I can bring it to market. So yeah, that's it, man. Let's see. So I think that's all I got for tonight's SNL show. Um, it was just a quick check-in, a reflection, a reminder. Don't quit. Don't compare. Run your lap, like the Cuddy would say, at Mr. Three the Hard Way. And if you missed the last mastermind, tap in with me or Mr. Three the Hard Way for the RSVP link, January 17th. You don't want to miss this one. It's a lot of free game, a lot of real conversations going on. Last one was really dope, man, and I'm proud of Cuddy, man, for the strides that he's made on his grind. Because, like I said, um, Cuddy might be one of the most hated human beings in the town. If you ask me, I see a lot of hate going on online and just hear it. And it's crazy. It's crazy how someone could be so worried about somebody else's movement and motion that they got going on and not their own. And so I give Cuddy props because he stayed down, man, and he really he really knew what he wanted to do. Um, and sometimes it comes in phases. Um, I'm in a whole new phase at Thorn City HQ and the Thorn City ecosystem. But I'll tell you what, if you keep showing up, you keep grinding, you putting in the work, might not seem like it's gonna pay off, but you gotta stay down. You gotta stay down. You can't give up before they come up. Um, that's one thing about the entrepreneurial journey is you gotta keep you gotta keep fighting. It's tough. It's tough. I'll tell you. It's been a few times I wanted to give up and go back and get a 9 to 5 and throw in the towel, but I'm like, nah, nope. You gonna have to you gonna have to take me out. But yeah, man. Before I let y'all go, one more time, need y'all to tap in on this tap in. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Like it, comment, share it, follow the show at Thorn City Spotlight, because that's how the platform grows. That's how the conversation spread, and that's how we keep spotlighting people that's doing the real work. Support is free. I repeat, I'll say that again, bro. Support is free. Um, some of the people closest to you, friends, family, and any otherwise, who do support you, and they'll tell you how much they support you, but they won't like, share, comment, subscribe, and push it on to the next person. So support is free, and it helps more than you think. And me personally, I appreciate every single one of y'all who supports my journey. I appreciate y'all tuning. I appreciate y'all tuning in and tapping in. Until the next time, this is the Thorn City Spotlight Show. Be seen, be heard, be remembered. I'm the Thorn City Podcast guy, Naeem Hall. Holla at your boy.